What's up guys, it's Ark here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Epic Challenge. So as you guys know, the Epic Challenge was one of those one-time challenges where you can get rewards as you progress. So for the Epic Challenges, it was 3 epics, 6 epics, and then 9 epics. And this was different from the other challenges, mainly because it was only up till 9 wins. So that was pretty interesting. And the best thing of all is that it was free. So luckily for me, I was able to get it in my first try. So the deck I was using is the deck that I always use. I'm sorry guys, but like I don't have a lot of gems, so I just wanted to use a deck that I was comfortable with, so I could easily get my 9 wins without losing. Yeah, that makes sense. So the deck is pretty simple. I've talked about this deck multiple times before, so I don't think I need to explain what it does. So I'm just going to show you guys some really cool replays that I had. So the first replay I'm going to show you guys is against probably the most skilled player out of all these guys that I've faced. I mean, he's had a decent amount of trophies, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. So let's hop into the replay. He's using one of those hog log bait decks, which is pretty good in the current meta. I really like that deck and I would like to use it in the future if I have the opportunity. So starting off, we don't have anything special, we just have our bandit and skeletons. So I'll just play my bandit in the back. I don't want to log anything yet because I don't know his deck. So the bandit will clean up the goblin gang and then head over to the princess. I played Electro Wizard because I was full on elixir, but then he played a Skarmy, which gave me a lot of log value, so that's what I do. So I pump up and he rockets my pump, denying me any value, so that was pretty good from him. And then he hogs immediately, so I'm able to counter his hog with my Electro Wizard and my skeletons, but he does zap my skeletons, so he's able to get like a couple of shots up on my tower. So I'm slightly behind, but I'm not too worried because Golem counters Lockbait pretty easily in double elixir because he cannot stop me at all since the baby dragon does splash damage, so that will clean everything up. Brilliant. So I just play my bandit in the back and like wait until I get to double elixir so that I can stomp him. I play baby dragon because I didn't have anything better to do. He's forced to play his Inferno and Skarmy, so that's really good for me. I'll counter his Skarmy with my Electro Wizard and I'll log his goblin gang and then attack the skeleton with his princess. He zaps my skeleton, so I'm forced to play my bandit, and then I immediately pump up because I was certain that he was at an elixir disadvantage. Oh no, I don't pump up here, sorry, my bad. I'd have to defend his hog, and then I pump up. Yep. Then I pump up because I know he's at an elixir disadvantage, so now I definitely get value out of my pump since he won't be able to rocket it. And my baby dragon gets a ton of damage off on his tower. So now I just have to play my golem in the back. He plays a goblin barrel, so I log that. And then I try to skeletons his princess again, and just as I expected, he zaps it. So I hesitate a bit here, but then I end up playing my baby dragon in the back and then Electro Wizard to shut down both his princess and his hog. He plays his Inferno. I use my lightning to counter that, and unfortunately for him, he has to defend on 2 fronts because I have my golem and my baby dragon Electro Wizard, so he's forced to split his goblin gang. And then I predict his skeleton army, which allows my bandit to get to his tower, which gives me the game basically. With 10 seconds left, my defense is simply too strong for him to break through, and he does not have enough time or elixir to play a rocket. So that's a GG for us. I give him a laugh face, probably not the most mature thing for me, but I don't know, I just really don't like zap bait. So this next replay that I'm going to show you guys is probably the closest battle I have ever had. This was so good and like so clutch that I was just at a loss for words. So starting off, I mean, I didn't have the greatest starts here. I actually fell behind, but then I somehow come back. So let's just see how I do that. So I don't have the greatest starting hand. I play my bandit in the back, but however, I should have played it in the front because that would have forced him to address it. So my bandit's just gonna hit the giant and then die off. And then I try to excuse me guys. Then I try to defend his giant with my Electro Wizard and my Baby Dragon. And then I'm forced to lightning everything because my Baby Dragon would have died with a Mega Minion, and then his giant and bomber would have got a ton of damage off. So he immediately cycles back to another giant, and this is where I'm in trouble. I don't have any elixir at all to defend this giant, and I don't have any air targeting troops either. I mess up my bandit, which goes on the other side and isn't able to do anything to its P.E.K.K.A. So I pretty much just lose my tower right here. That was awful play for me, and my opponent was able to capitalize on it. However, I wasn't like too afraid because I knew that I could come back in double elixir because the golem is just such a strong card. So I just focus on trying to pump up and making sure that I'm ahead in elixir at all times. So I just pump up immediately because I wanted to force him to play something to address the pump, which he does not. He tries to do the exact same thing that he did before with another giant push, giant mini P.E.K.K.A. and minions, which does work out for him pretty well because I don't have anything good for the mini P.E.K.K.A. So he does get a decent bit of damage off on my tower. Again, because I don't have enough elixir to address it. So I zap his mini P.E.K.K.A. with my Electro Wizard, and then I think he fireballs or zaps here. Yep, he zaps my Electro Wizard and then just leaves my Baby Dragon. Oh no, he doesn't. He kills it with his Mega Minion. So now I start by playing my golem in the back because his tower is already at 1300 health, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. Again, he plays his giant in the middle. That was pretty good from him because he would want to apply as much pressure as he can. His giant does manage to get one shot off, so maybe 2 more fireballs and like a zap would give him the game. So my golem and bandit do connect to the tower, and that is tower number 1 for me. And now I have to immediately start applying pressure on him so that he never has enough elixir to play his giant. So I try my best to finish the game with this push. I play another golem on in the middle and try to end the game right here. He does unfortunately counter my bandit with his mini P.E.K.K.A. very effectively, and then I think he plays a bomber here. Yep, he plays a bomber. I do lightning that, but it's not enough because his minions will be able to clean up my golem before it can execute the tower. So at this point, all I need is another lightning. I try to finish it with my Electro Wizard, but he does effectively counter it with his Mega Minion. So now I have to defend his giant push somehow. So I play my pump to the left to try and stall his giant push, and then I try to kill his giant with my skeletons. I try to distract his mini P.E.K.K.A. with my bandit. Unfortunately, my bandit was too far ahead, but luckily for me, my bandit does manage to get a charge shot off on his tower before his mini P.E.K.K.A. can hit mine, and that's GG for me. Super close battle, but I was able to come out on top. So the final replay I'm going to show you guys is against this really popular Hog Giant deck, and this deck actually gets shit on by Golem, so I'll just show you how. Starting off, not the best starting hand. The ideal starting hand for a Golem deck is the Elixir Pump, so I don't know what to do at this point. I just play my Bandit in the back, as I would do in any matchup. Unless of course he's like Lava Hound, and if I knew that, then I would like immediately Bandit on the bridge because Lava Hound has very little answers for the Bandit. He tries to giant minion push immediately with Musketeer and with his Musketeer. However, my Bandit, Baby Dragon, and Electro Wizard stop his giant before it can get too much damage on my tower, and then I'm able to counter his Musketeer with my Log and Skeletons. I love the Skeletons, guys. I have to be honest with you. They are probably one of the best cards in the game just because of how much value they give. So here I don't have anything good to counter his Hog Rider, so I have to play my Bandit and Electro Wizard. He does manage to fireball my Electro Wizard, but he misses my Bandit, which means my Bandit will get some damage off on his tower. He also zaps there, meaning that I am at a pretty big elixir advantage, so I decide to bump up before I even reach 10 elixir. And at this point I know that I have won because he has no way of stopping my golem push at all, and he's given me an elixir advantage. So in this matchup, you just cannot afford to mess up, and he did. So he tried to hit my elixir pump with his with his hog, but his hog placement was pretty bad, so it went for my tower, and I was able to like counter it with my 1 elixir skeletons. I didn't really bother too much about the hog because I knew that I would be able to destroy him with my big golem push, so I just focused on that. So I played my baby dragon in the back for some splash damage, and then my bandit. Unfortunately, his musketeer locks onto my baby dragon somehow. I don't get that, but not too big of a deal. My bandit, electro wizard, and baby dragon are able to clean up his giant, and then my golem is locked onto his tower, so my golem would definitely take his tower pretty easily. And at this point, I start focusing on the rest of the game. So I just pump up because I know the game is mine. I don't really have to worry too much. So I start another golem in the back just to put pressure on him. So he's forced to play his giant on the left-hand lane. Then he also places his minions to kill my electro wizard, but my baby dragon will be able to kill his giant and minions. He does play his musketeer, so I play my electro wizard to make the musketeer retarget, and I finish his musketeer off with my baby dragon and log, I believe. No, I just let my tower kill it. He does log and fireball my bandit, which is a really bad grade for him because bandit is 3 and log and fireball is 6. So at this point I have 2 golems on the bridge. He has no defense, he has no tank killer, there's nothing he can do, and my golems will be able to take both of his towers before he can take even one of mine. So that's GG. So guys, let's see what 9 epics we get and what we get in this chest. So the 9 epics are Scar Me. Not the worst, but actually I'll take Scar Me. Yeah, why not? And let's see what we get in the chest. So the 9-min chest gives us 1100 gold, skeletons, and barbarians. Don't like that card at all. Zap, I'll take it I guess. And giants. So not that great of a chest, but it could be better. I mean, I'll take it. It was free. And that's it for the video, guys. This was the deck again, and thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are able to get the 9 wins in this challenge as well, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.